This is Sharon from SharonTheReader.com. Wow, do I have a terrible time thinking. And wouldn't it be just lovely to turn your brain off? But today I want to talk about community. What happened to community? One of the things that kind of tipped me off to the lack of community today is actually people watching. And I think people watching is a pastime that a lot of us have and that we use. And it's not harmful. Unless you make it harmful and you're a stalker and you're crazy. But one of the things that I noticed is, and this does go on to technology, is that everywhere you go, if you go in for a coffee, if you're sitting on the tube, if you're sitting on the bus, you're sitting on the train, what you're going to see is people immediately taking their seat, taking out their cell phones. And people today seem to live on their cell phones. If they're not connected to their cell phones, they're not in the loop. Also, I think it is probably the rudest thing that people do is they walk in to meet a friend, to have lunch, or they're on a date, or they're out with their wife. And unless you're attached to business and you've got to be on call, why is a mobile sitting on a table? I know there's freedom of choice, of course. That's fine. But isn't it terribly rude to announce your mobile before you announce yourself to another human being? So that got me thinking. It just strikes me today that very often when we see the very best in people is when something has gone wrong. When someone has fainted on the street. When someone is having a very bad moment in a public place, you will find that people really collect round and they do their best, and you see the best of humanity. And then there's other times when you see the worst of humanity. And I think that that's the breakdown, or part of the breakdown, in what we have lacking in our communities today. A lot of people don't even know their neighbours. They don't attempt to get to know their neighbours. They live in their little isolated bubble with their cell phone, with maybe, 750 friends on Facebook. The fact is that while we communicate that way, we do not have friends we have never met. We may be lucky enough to have a person that by accident we just simply got on with really, really well. But at the end of the day, you don't have 750 friends on Facebook. And what it does for people, I believe anyway, is it gives them a sense of bringing their ego up. They're noticed. And we live in a world of celebrities today. Everybody's a celebrity. And when you look at it, what is a celebrity? In years past, it used to be a celebrity would be someone who was offering something to the public. Today, we live in reality TV. We actually sit up and we watch people sleep on something like, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. And I have never really watched it, to be honest, but it strikes me that how sad has the world become and how changed it's become. Because I can remember growing up, my father used to garden and it was his hobby. Rhubarb was grown, lettuce was grown, berries were grown, different things. As as it was growing and it became ripe, immediately it would be cut, and our next door neighbour would have had some. And the same with the girl maybe 2 doors down, the person next door. It was just simply, it was there. What good was it going to do us? We had plenty of it, so spread it around. Or it would not have been unusual for our next door neighbour to come in and say, listen, I want to do some whatever tonight. Do you have any rhubarb? And it was kind of, yeah, help yourself. Here's the knife, take it. Go cut some. And yet today, I think if we say good morning or good evening to the people who live on either side of us or on the street we live on, it's probably about as much as we say to them. And I'm not saying people want to be into other people's business, because, again, I value my privacy and I like to think I value other people's privacy. But there are times when people need help. And that's where community comes in. And that's one of the things that I've noticed is lacking greatly, a lack of community spirit. I'm going to throw that out to you and just simply let you think about it. How are you finding community today? If you're interested and your thoughts are totally different from mine, or your thoughts are aligned to mine, or you haven't even thought about it and maybe this has made you think just a little bit, please post below. I'd be more than happy to hear what you have to say. Signing off and saying good afternoon. Have a good evening. Take care.